Steel strings wail, thunder roars, battered heart, open source, weight of lies, pulling tight, you're the darkness in my night. Broke me in, broke me down, shattered soul hit the ground, echo scream, no safe sound, broke me in, broke me down.
All right. Sorry, I went a little long. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is Monday. It is July 7th of 2025. 7725 7725. 2 plus 5 is 7. 7, 7, 7. It's a magical day. I was running around trying to get ready, and Sky Allen became a member again. Thank you very much for continuing your membership. Mucho gusto, generoso. Teresa Pulio. I'm doing all right. Thank you for visiting this evening, everybody. Tonight, I changed the show last minute. As you can see, I want to talk about what Rose Cuckold has been talking about, the announcements made, all sorts of stuff. I mean, it's all sorts of stuff. It's all sorts of stuff. Who is that? Hecklefish. That's right. So he's making these claims that maybe he's right. That the Tic-Tac, remember what I said? The Tic-Tac is either China or it's us. Well, I think he says it's Lockheed Martin's technology. How does he know? We'll find out. Anyway, I call now Rose Cuckold fake news. He's the FN of ufology. He put the U in between the F and the N. Fake, unfaithful news. Fun. Fake UFO news. Fun. No. This guy's dangerous. You understand? He's a danger to ufology. No. He really is. And I don't mean to bring this up, but it's all over the internet. There's no list. The Epstein list doesn't exist anymore. Did you know Disney, in the new movie Elio, which I want to see, and I hate watching cartoon CGI shit. I just hate it. I don't like it. Now, I have loved some things, but it's not my thing. But I wanted to watch this because that has a lot to do with finding aliens and shit, it seems. And they're saying now this is like a satanic occult. This new movie's really showing us. Rogan talks to someone about how AI is going to take humanity down. And John Greenwald Jr. posted a story. And there's also a list of agents. That big homie has a list of these agents, and Ross does, about, a list of people who are on the no survive list, I think. We got a little Anna Paulina lunatic. We've got a post from Into Thin Air. And Greer was apparently on target with what he's been talking about. So that now all of a sudden people are looking at Greer as a prophet. All of a sudden. Yeah, Greer knows. I'm so happy. I'm so happy for Third Phase because they've been working with Greer for several years now, and it might help them get the access they need to do proper movie filming, movie documentary making. Anyway, they're right there in the thick of it. All right. Let me get rid of that. Now I'm ready. You ready? Let's get started. Oh, we got to do roll call real quick. Is that what we're doing? We got to do that. Brian Yates, how you doing, man? David Wilcox, not Wilcox. Welcome to the show. Sky Allen again. How you doing? SL, welcome to the show. Truth Entertainment. This show welcomes you. Wow. Jar Jar Martha something, Dr. Binta. What up, Jar Jar? Marcel, Goofonian Metal Head. What's up? Christopher V, welcome to the show. And UFO 91, welcome. Glenn Collins, how you doing, man? Welcome to the show, everybody. Metalhead, welcome to the show. Cindy Krause, welcome to the show. And that's about it. Now, anybody else coming in, if I didn't say your name, doesn't mean I don't love you. It means, we got a lot of show to do, and I got to get going. Dinkamazi, how you doing? Intergalactic Wrangler, how you been? Good to see you guys. Coming here tonight. It's going to be a good one. Changed the show last second. So we're going to talk about what's going on in the UFO community more than the objects that were stolen in the Afghan war. All right. Welcome. And here we go. All right. So Greer was on target. Well, UAP1 on X posted that, well, if true, then Stephen Greer was pinpoint on target. Greer says, I was told directly by an intelligence insider, if you talk, you're dead. Nothing is stopping UFO disclosure, though. I'm embarrassed. I am. I'm embarrassed for people. A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Because I've been in this field for 21 years now, and that's all I keep hearing. Disclosure isn't stopping. It's coming. It's here. It's right around the corner. No, and no. It isn't. I wish it was. I just can't believe it anymore. Some of you have been in this field twice as long as me, and you've been hearing it. How sad is that?
I'm talking to people in the Legacy program who have been in the room when senior members inside the Legacy program are telling them that they will be killed if they speak out.
Who?
About the program. There are threats being made to people to keep.
He's lying. He's lying. Did you hear what he just said? I know it's a lie. I'm telling you it's a lie. He can say it's a lie and not get in trouble for it. And you know why? It's entertainment, not real news. It's fake. He's fake news. And we're going to really point out how fake it is in the coming months and years that he's around. Look at him. He's sitting on his little speckle there going, this feels right to me. It's wrong. You don't bring any evidence. You don't tell us who the whistleblowers are that brought that up. Why they can't bring it up is beyond. Why can't one of the whistleblowers come out and say, I was going to whistleblow, but I'm not going to do it anymore because they said they'll take me out? Why can't somebody come out and say that? Because they don't exist.
In the Legacy program who have been in the room when senior members inside the Legacy program are telling them that they will be killed if they speak out about the program. There are threats being made to people to keep this secret.
Who? No names. No names, no story. Look, I'm not saying it hasn't happened in the past, and maybe even the most recent past. Look, I don't know everything. Do you? None of us do. None of us. He doesn't, you know? But Rose Cuckold, like many other people out there that are calling themselves journalists in ufology, aren't good at this job at all. And they don't know how to be exciting in this field to get people to watch them. So they lie. They make up things that sound like they could be true because we know people have been offed. We assume. We don't know for sure. We assume. It looks bad. You know, the guy who invented the car that can run by water in the 80s, remember? Yeah, they got me. You know, he died while eating. So it is, I just don't believe it's happening now with these whistleblowers and this guy, Rose Cuckold. Hold on, I'm trying to pull something up here. Okay. Next. Let's get Rose out of here. Let me pull this next one up. Let's take a look at the Greer thing that I was talking about. Oh, I see what they did. Oh, okay. So, that was I put it up twice. I did that by accident. Never mind. Greer was being quoted by Rose Cuckold there. My bad. I don't know how I got off target on that. All right, next one. All right. So Greer is on the I hate when this thing does this. Let me just lower that volume. Oh my God! Greer says the Tic-Tac UFO is Lockheed Martin technology, and David Fravor knows it. Come on! So then everything I said had to be right. Everything. David Fravor lied. He didn't turn on his helmet cam. My ass cheeks, he didn't. I'm trying to get it to pull up, and it's just spinning. This happens on nights like this. It's weird. Where I want to play certain videos and they won't play. I don't know why. There you go. See? Don't believe me. Refresh again. Third time. It doesn't make sense why it won't play. You know what I mean? Other videos played because I checked. But this one won't. We'll come back to it. I hate that. And when it pops up, I'll hear it and I'll... All right. Rose Cuckold. Here we go. I think this is another one. The UFO Legacy Program members are being told by senior officials they'll be killed if they go public. I think this is a longer version, so let me pull this out. Get that out of there. Here we go. All right. The Tic-Tac UFO is Lockheed Martin technology. As is obvious from this clip, is what it says. I didn't see this one coming at all. Here, let's put it. Oh my God. You know, sometimes I really think, how did I put my pants on this morning? I can't even click the right button sometimes. Here we go. Yep, that video is still spinning over there. All right. So here's Rose Cuckold talking about, well, you'll see. Lockheed Martin, blah, blah, blah. It's a 3-minute clip.
Lie about this. The only reason I can think that they're lying about this is because they're trying to conceal the level of incompetence that has allowed the United States, after the expenditure of trillions of dollars on its national security budget, to develop a strategic disadvantage with its potential enemies. That's
Based
the
on what
issue
you
here.
just said, we should assume then a Manhattan Project style endeavor is ongoing right now to try to catch up. Do you hear anything
Well,
about that?
Well, part of the problem that I'm hearing from people in the program is that that effort isn't happening, and that they're seeing the Chinese, particularly, developing advances that are far beyond what we're capable of. There is, in fact, a frustration that a large part of this program has been egregiously underfunded, and that a lot of what has been developed has been kept secret by the private aerospace companies that control it. I'm going to leave you with one thought today, Bryce. I now know categorically that the Tic-Tac is Lockheed Martin technology.
Let's see how he knows. Let's see if he tells us. How many people here believe Rose Cuckold is going to tell us how he found out? Put a 1 in the chat if you think he knows. Put a 2 if you don't. 1 is always, I don't know. Do whatever you want.
Categorically.
Okay.
Here we go.
The Tic-Tac is Lockheed Martin technology. Why are we being lied to?
Wait, isn't that funny? Why is he lying to us? How does he know? He hasn't said it yet.
This is the issue. Why is the United States government now participating at White House executive level in collusion with the national security state to keep secret the fact that they've made these advances?
What is he talking about? That's no collusion, you freak. Now he's saying the US government is in collusion with Lockheed Martin on keeping things secret? Duh! So nice of you to join ufology, you dick. That's been going on since day one, fucknob. This guy's such a dick shit. He is.
I suspect
Look, here, listen again. Right here.
being lied to. This is the issue. Why is the United States government now participating at White House executive level in collusion?
Now participating at White House executive. Now. Why now? Now, because you're talking about it and you need people to follow you for your job. You have no other motivation for the truth other than to lie to keep your job and to be exciting in the UFO community. That's what they pay you to do. And so far, this fucknut has no proof that the Tic-Tac is Lockheed Martin. Absolutely none. I believe he's being fed a bunch of bullshit, being played, and is a disinformation guy and doesn't even know it. He's worse than Corbell. Corbell's figured it out. Corbell's now playing ball. Right? That's what I think's going on. Now you get it.
With the national security state to keep secret the fact that they've made these advances. I suspect it's because they've realized that they're being overtaken by their foreign adversaries, and they don't want you to know that.
Okay, the Tic-Tac is Lockheed Martin. Well, in some respects, given how insane the Tic-Tac behaved during the Nimitz, where it went from 80,000 feet to sea level in less than a second,
Says who?
then I would say, well, there's one for the U.S. team that
Says who? Have we seen that proof yet? You believe it?
obviously we have some good stuff out there, if that's the case, right?
Yes, but
We got some good stuff out there. If that's the case, if that's Lockheed Martin, we've got some good stuff out there. It's not Lockheed Martin, you yin yang. It's China. How many times do I got to tell people? Right? Didn't we just hear yesterday Rose Cuckold and others talking about how China is now, still, I thought that we caught up to them 2 years ago. This is weird. There's so much bad information out there because of people like this.
how much of that is being shared with the actual Defense Department that's responsible for the defense of the United States? This is
So he's saying, so these companies like Lockheed Martin, how much of the top secret information are they sharing with the government? See, this is why Rose Cuckold is Rose Cuckold. He doesn't get it. They've got people in there working alongside them, you dummy. They're not going to just have Lockheed Martin without a person from the government there making sure they don't steal shit, making sure they don't hide shit. This is what I've been told. Maybe I'm getting wrong information, but what makes the most sense? That the government just willfully trusts black budget programs that are run by, those type of people who wear masks and go on through the night to take out Afghanistan people. Those people? Yeah, those are the ones, but the smart ones. Yeah, the same type of person, but with brains that are going to try to back engineer shit and create this technology that we don't have, that we're trying to get from China, which I thought we had. I thought the news was a couple of years ago that they found out we can go around the world in an hour or hit a target. I don't know. I got to look that up again. But anyway, so this is amazing. He's just talking. He's just saying, you know what? I think it's Lockheed Martin. How? Because he's like a child,
right?
yes, but how much of that is being shared with?
Look at him. How much of that is being shared with the government?
The actual Defense Department that's responsible for the defense of the United States. This is the kind of questions that Congress should be asking.
They are asking them, you nutbag.
So you're saying Lockheed Martin might, or anybody, but Lockheed Martin in this particular case, has a Tic-Tac that they are testing and have been testing. And
wait, what?
Questions that Congress should be asking.
I see what you're saying. So you're saying Lockheed Martin might, or anybody, but Lockheed Martin in this particular case, has a Tic-Tac that they are testing and have been testing and have access to, but they might not have shared it with the Defense Department of the United States, which probably paid for it in their trillion-dollar budgets.
Do you know how stupid these guys sound right now? If Rose Cuckold knows about it, I am 100% sure the government knows about what they're doing over there. It's so stupid. What he's doing is he's creating a buzz that is unnecessary and not true. And the reason I say it, because this guy hasn't given us one iota of proof on anything he's ever made claims on. Anything. So I have to go with what seems to be the right thing, the right way to think in my critical thinking mind, that this guy, Rose Cuckold, doesn't know anything. And I don't know anything. I'm not saying I know, but I could tell when somebody doesn't know. He doesn't know what he's talking about. What did he say? Lockheed Martin. And did you hear what Zabel just tried doing? Did you hear him correct himself? Listen.
How much of that is being shared with the actual Defense Department that's responsible for the defense of the United States? This is the kind of questions that Congress should be asking. I see what you're saying.
So you're saying Lockheed Martin might, or any...
Lockheed Martin might or may. Did you hear him? Well, it'll be important in a second. You'll see.
Lockheed Martin might, or anybody, but Lockheed Martin in this particular case has a Tic-Tac that...
First he was going to say might or may, and now he says has a Tic-Tac.
This particular case has a Tic-Tac that they are testing and have been testing. And
they are testing and have been testing. So how did they get the Tic-Tac? They create it? Nobody knows.
And have access to, but they might not have shared it with the...
But Rose Cuckold knows. Yeah. The government didn't know. Rose knows. It's so fun. They're so fun. They're so easy. It's bad. Yeah, very bad. That's bad. What are you guys saying? Did you notice someone is ignoring me? Stephen A., I went into Iraq for this very reason. Yep. Chicken coop. The fact it's seen near our naval carrier groups, that's not alien observation. That's our own deep tech monitoring combat readiness. Thank you for saying that. Very well said, actually. I think the same thing. Yep, it's pretty much simple. Hey, Rich, Truthertainment's asking, what do you make of that 31 Atlas thing speeding towards our sun? I don't know. I just turned it off because I don't believe it. I don't believe what anybody's saying. What do I think about it? I haven't yet. That's it. I haven't. That's the honest answer. I haven't thought about it. It's just going to the sun. So when I read the article, I'm like, okay, great. That's it. That's all I said. Didn't look into it. Didn't think I needed to. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I just don't know why. I can't answer it. Must have been bad timing. All right, one more Rose cuckold thing because, there's only so much. But he's making another claim. This guy's full of claims. So, from Open-Minded Approach on X, posted this. Rose Cuckold now claims that the New Jersey drones were anti-gravitic Chinese vehicles, just like the January 1st Cybertruck suicide bomber, who took his own life to warn the public that there will be a nuclear war between USA and China if something doesn't drastically change. Oh, people are crazy. People are gullible. Don't listen to the news. That's all. If you don't listen to the news or go on social media, I just want to throw this out there because I've done it for a whole year. I stayed away from UFOs and social media, and I actually was enjoying my life. Really. You don't get upset reading stupid shit that is unprovable from a guy who just got here. This is bad for you, Follow. He's so bad.
The suggestion that is being put to me is that the Chinese have indeed made a huge advance in
Yeah, you know where you got the information from? Here.
Electrogravitic technology. And it's taken us by surprise.
No, taking you all by surprise, not us, not here.
And that the United States has been caught asleep at the wheel. It was complacently, hubristically thinking that it was way ahead of its foreign adversaries. And in fact, the big show that took place, notably, I know it was reported mainly over New Jersey, I'm increasingly persuaded that the initial show, at least, was, in part, Chinese. And that what happened was the United States responded with technology of its own to muddy the waters. And so you've had this ridiculous situation.
Hold on. I want to re-listen to this last few seconds.
That the initial show, at least, was, in part, Chinese. And that what happened was the United States responded with technology of its own to muddy the waters. And so you've had this ridiculous situation where, if you believe it, and this is the implication not only from my Senator Mike Roun's interview, but also from the interview that General Glenn Van Herk, the former head of Northcom and NORAD, did to 60 Minutes Bill Whitaker a few months ago. They basically admitted that there's someone.
They basically admitted. Basically. They didn't admit it, but they basically. Listen to how he words things. It's just really shady.
Northcom and NORAD did to 60 Minutes Bill Whitaker a few months ago. They basically admitted that there's someone operating with impunity over the continental United States, flying so-called drone technology.
And it's China. I've been saying it for how many years? 15?
These drones are not using known propulsion systems. They're not using jets. They're not using propellers. They're not using any kind of known turbine propulsion system that emits the kind of heat that we're used to from that kind of technology.
All right. There was a video that I saw years ago. It may have been 10, 12 years ago. It may have been 15. And it was from when we went on the Afghan war. What was it? 2002? When did we go? In 2003? You know, that 10-day war, whatever it was, when we went over there. There was a guy who was from the Iraqi side. They were interviewing him about the surrender. And he says, we surrendered and, and they'll liberate us and all this shit. And then they go, well, what kind of weaponry were you guys seeing? And he's like, man, they had like nuclear bullets, and they have a translator and stuff who's talking about. And they got bullets that have, nuclear, they're nuclear. Like, you can die if you get these bullets, I guess. And then he talked about a drone. And this was, before drones were well known in the military. And he said, we never seen a drone act like this. He says they put it on a platform, and it was as if it was shot with a rubber band. It just went poof, and it took off. No sound, nothing. And he said, it had really small wings, but there was no propulsion. There was no blowback or exhaust that you would expect from something that's taken off as fast as he told us it was. So really interesting, that video. And I can't find it. I have it somewhere. And I know I labeled it Iraqi soldier secret drone. And I don't know where it is, but I'll find it. But this tech has been around a while. And the way he was talking about it was like a Tic-Tac, I think. It had little wings or hardly any. Yeah, it's weird. So we had the tech. It could have been in the early stages, but that little interview was really amazing back in the day. Nobody made any acknowledgement of it, that, they've got this kind of drone technology that can move without hearing it, any direction, stop on a dime. It scared the shit out of the enemy seeing this thing moving around. Makes you wonder.
Propulsion systems.
Like, that wouldn't be China. That was us. So maybe it is Lockheed Martin making this stuff for the Army, Navy, Air Force, Mariners.
Not using jets. They're not using.
Yeah, I want to thank David Wilcox, not Wilcock, for the $20 PayPal. I forgot to mention that. If you guys want to help support Truthology for Ufology, what do we need? $50 a day. That's it. Thank you, David. Wilcox, not Wilcock. I saw your message, and well, thank God. You're all right. Thanks again. I appreciate the continuing support, and I think you know how much. I don't know what I was going to say there. That is weird. I was going to say, I didn't even mean to say, I think you know how much. Isn't that weird? Yeah, I'm having some weird brain activity today and yesterday, I noticed. I wonder why. I slept well. I slept all day and night. I slept a lot.
Propellers. They're not using any kind of known turbine propulsion system that emits the kind of heat that we're used to from that kind of technology. The suggestion is they're using some type of electrogravitics. And my sources are telling me that the big story that, frankly...
My sources are telling me. No, he doesn't say John Swarthow or Mike Robertson told me, no names ever, ever, ever.
Gravitics. And my sources are telling me that the big story that, frankly, the US doesn't want you to know about right now, the story that's not being discussed in the media, is the implications of the admissions made by General Glenn Van Herk, in particular, to 60 Minutes, which kind of went through the gate and were largely ignored by most other media, but which I think are incredibly significant.
God almighty, help us. What are we going to do? Really? I don't know. I don't get it. There's so much bullshit going on. It really is. And you know what I don't like? I don't like it when they don't have any names, they make the claims, and there's nothing to back it up. So you and I sit here, if we didn't know any better, we'd be like, oh, wow. We'd be thinking, yeah, he really knows what he's talking about. But you know what would happen? After a while, 6 months, a year, when none of the stuff he says comes true, like the big UFO under the building and name anything else, you're going to get tired of watching this guy and it's going to sink in. Or that would be a smart person. Or you're the gullible person who wants to believe so badly that everything sounds great and it's all possible. Okay, you could say anything's possible, but you can't. But Rose Cuckold thinks anything's possible because that's his job. He gets paid to lie. He can't tell the truth because he doesn't know it. That's why it's not his fault. No, it's not. He doesn't know. He just does what he's told, just like all the other people out there in this field. All right. It's all about being popular for him. He doesn't give a shit about disclosure. He has nothing invested in ufology to care like we do. You know what I mean? He doesn't have any boots on the ground investigating in ufology before he got here. He didn't care about it. He doesn't have a personal experience. He doesn't even really talk about anything with family having personal. He keeps everything like that either under wraps, away from the public, or he's not a believer and he is just doing his job. And his job is to remain popular. That's it. And that's what sucks about him. If he was me and he had a little passion behind what he's reporting and investigating, then I think you would see some sort of, I don't know, sincerity. When I look at him, I just see a guy just trying to get through the day. He hates it. That's what I see. Because I don't like him, so I guess I see that. But I didn't see that because I wanted to. That's what is being portrayed. Maybe it's not. Life is what you make of it. And I may be making a mountain out of a molehill, but I don't think so. I think it's important not to have Rose Cuckold in this field anymore. I think he's bad. I think he's just here for himself. And I'd like to see him go. And that's all I'm going to say about that. One more thing. I almost forgot. Big Homie states that he and Rose Cuckold have a list of agents online who constantly attack people like Chupacabra online. And Rose Cuckold has the list too, apparently. Isn't it amazing? It's amazing that Rose Cuckold is so in with everything that's going on. Yeah, well, that's his job. Yeah, he doesn't know what he's doing. All right, I want to get to that movie Elio and how it could be a satanic occult as being reported here by Red Pill Drifter on X. let's take a look at this report coming in from Red Pill Drifter. This is a several minute long video. I don't know how much I'm going to play, but I'm interested to see. I didn't watch it yet. I want to see what it is.
Pixar have released another movie. It's just come out in theatres and it's called Elio. And in this film, a young boy feels desperate and alone, like he wants life to have meaning. And so he begins to yearn to be abducted by aliens, entities from another realm, if you will. And so he starts laying on the beach, drawing circles around.
Can I interrupt for a second? Don't you think this is a weird premise for a child's movie? Yes and no, right? I think it's okay. But I think if it's done wrong, I mean, that could scare kids into not wanting to investigate alien. I just think it's weird that a little kid would know about all this shit. I guess, it's Disney. It's not real. You got to suspend your disbelief.
Around him and writes around it, "Please abduct me. Please take me."
I did that. I've been doing that for years. It works, I think. I don't know. All right, I'm sorry.
To another realm. And this plays on, I think, a dangerous territory because it makes maybe young people think that if they want meaning to their life, if they feel down, if they feel depressed, then the solution is that they're taken to another world by entities to find out the true meaning of life. So here's an example of the propaganda that is being pushed in this Disney Pixar film.
Wait a minute. There's nothing wrong with that. When we were growing up, we had all sorts of movies. Alien. Come on. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. The Thing. The remake. Come on, man. A lot of good movies can... what else? What? Communion. I don't think it's dangerous at all to expand your imagination into the universe, wanting to see aliens and have them teach you about the meaning of the universe and the meaning of life, if possible. What a cool premise. Look at it says down here, the universe called the wrong number. I want to see this movie.
As you can see in this poster, he is ascending up through a shaft of light and going up towards a portal or a gateway to another dimension.
That's right.
In the sky. And I think when you look at films like this, what it's teaching, the universe called the wrong number. And there's this theme in this, just like in the New Age, that is against the idea that we have a personal God in heaven who loves us. But in actual fact, the source or the universe is playing that godlike role.
Unless thou lift up thine eyes unto heaven, and when thou seest the sun, and the moon, and the stars, even all the host of heaven, shouldst be driven to worship them and serve them?
And the thing is with this, I mean, obviously this is not a Christian film, it's made by Disney Pixar. But some people, they try to say, well, we can at least try and pretend or draw out some Christian meanings from it. And obviously it's up to people whether they want to see it or not. But I think the best thing to do, in my opinion, is to just point to the reality of what it's showing and the false philosophy so that people are somewhat inoculated against these false views.
Enemy Mine
in the film,
great.
His name is Elio Solis. Elio Solis. And both of them...
Did you see the name? Backwards? Silos. Oil. O-I-L. Yeah, I know. Oily. Yeah. You know what this means? Yeah. Missile silos. I don't know. Go.
Solis. And both of those names go back to the sun. Elio comes from Helios, and Solis is to do with the sun. So his name basically is referring once again to that sun, like the sun god character, if you will, Helios, and the false light, the false illumination. And so you see him in posters like this, where he's ascending up to a higher realm, and his name means illumination.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Cool comparison. Okay.
So you're seeing this, just
Wait
these
a second.
subtle.
Hold on. Was something in that being's butt? Look, something's in his butt. Something's in its ass. I'm not joking. Take a look. There's something in there. What is that, the remote? Look at this guy's running away from him. He's like, I don't want any part of the ass. This guy. That's Ezekiel. He took off. Get the frigonometry out of here. No, it's not. All right, go. Go ahead.
So you're seeing this, just these subtle hints to this same like Gnostic false religion, again, of ascending up to a higher realm, to a spiritual realm from this earth, and playing on that idea that he's alone, he wants answers, he's depressed, and so he finds this false solution through ascending up to this.
This kid's gonna need therapy. I mean, their parents raised him to be a pussy. I mean, come on, grow a pair, kid. You know, puberty's right around the corner. Just don't block it.
To this higher realm.
You'll become a man. All
So
this
what
shit will
happens
go away.
when he goes up through this higher dimension, so to speak, in this Pixar
He sees
film?
the Matrix.
Well, this is what happens, is he comes face to face with these strange
Penis vagina. What's this thing? That's a penis vagina. Oh, man.
entities.
It's
which
a
I will-
penis vagina. A penis. All right, it's a penis. Well, it is.
called demons. Just like in some psychedelics that people experience,
Oh,
these
right.
strange beings, these entities, these, and the name is on the screen. I won't say it out loud.
You know, I'm stopping this. It's kind of silly. He's just creating all of this. I so far haven't seen anything except for that comparison. How many pillars of lights do we have to see to realize? Who gives a shh? All right, I'm going to move away from that. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't like it. Like I said, cartoons. All right, I'm going to play this from Into Thin Air. I think okay. Do you remember what happened with the fire in Maui? And what are they doing with that area? They're going to make it a smart city, right? Isn't that what we were told? California, too. They had the fires there. And Chapel Hill, according to I2TA, it says, why is Chapel Hill, North Carolina, being flooded right now, you asked? Well, I thought it was because of the rain, but I'm wrong. It says here by Joe Kwan. You want to see it? All right, I'll have to show you so you can believe I'm not making it up. Joe Kwan on X says, with the introduction of new technologies and the pandemic forcing many people to work from home, the media has increasingly used the term smart cities. There will be more smart cities worldwide in the coming years, from Toyota's Woven City to Copenhagen Connecting. However, some have also been scrapped, like Google's Sidewalk Toronto project, due to the economic uncertainty caused by COVID-19. So what are smart cities? The term is a buzzword, but most people are not sure what it means. Does it simply mean that smart cities are more intelligent than previous cities? What does it mean to be smart? Is Chapel Hill a smart city? That's it? There's no more. Oh. Well, there's a little video here, 18 seconds to show, I guess, Chapel City getting crushed. Welcome back, everybody. This is I2TA. My name's B, and we're coming at to you from the sea. See? Wow. Oh my God, it's really flooded. I didn't really believe it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Dun, 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 dun. That's crazy water. Can I just tell everybody what I believe? All right. I don't think they're flooding out Chapel Hill City, whatever the hell, and to make it a smart city. It's nice to think about, though. You know, at least people think about them that way and they care. But no, I don't think that. I think what's happening is we're seeing the results of 20 plus years of chemtrailing gone wrong. And we're seeing like really super violent weather. Like, I don't know. I'm still new to the Florida weather, but this really happened. I walked out to the street, looked around, saw some clouds in the distance and some building up a little close, but not coming my way. Now imagine just walking 50 feet to the laundry room, turn on the dryer, make sure it's working, set the timer, make sure it's set, get the light, turn it off, go out the door, and it starts pouring. Might have been a minute. I don't know where the clouds came from. I don't know where the rain came from, but I'm telling you, man, there were chemtrails all over the sky. And I'm not saying, that's it, but it's weird out here. And in Arizona, it was the same way, but the opposite. They killed the storms in Arizona because when it rained 5 nights a week in the monsoon season, all the people and all the floods and all the damage cost the insurance companies a ton of money. This is just my theory. So they literally killed the weather in Arizona for like the past 30 years. And they might get a storm a week or every 10 days instead of 4 or 5 days a week for the monsoon season. So they went from, when I moved there in 79, from getting 7.5 inches a year to now the new 30 years, which they haven't posted yet, is 4.25 inches of rain in Arizona, in Phoenix. Terrible. It's bad. So they too have got to steal the water from the Colorado River. I don't know when that thing was supposed to have been dried up at this point. I remember 2020, there was a show that came on that had all these experts on the collapse of the planet and how bad the United States is and all the bridges and the infrastructure, everything's falling apart. Because it is. It really is. And they were saying by the time we get to 2020, there's going to be a war for water. And they were real at it. Oh, no, it's happening. It's already started. People already blocking water. Well, I don't know where all the water came from, but it's still coming down. All right, let's keep moving on. Oh, I want to play this. Speaking of the end of our existence here, AI could be the destruction of the human race. So Joe Rogan on his podcast, he says to this expert, well, tell me the worst scenario for AI to take over the world, take over humans, dominate us. We become their slaves. Giddy up. Check it out.
What is worst case scenario? Like, how could AI eventually lead to the destruction of the human race?
So you can ask me how I would kill everyone.
Sure.
And it's a great question. And when you realize we're talking about superintelligence, a system which is thousands of times smarter than me, it would come up with something completely novel, more optimal, better way, more efficient way of doing it. And I cannot predict it because I'm not that smart.
Jesus.
That's exactly what it is. We're basically setting up an adversarial situation with agents which are like squirrels versus humans. No group of squirrels can figure out how to control us.
Right.
Even if you give them more resources, more acorns, whatever, they're not going to solve that problem. And it's the same for us. And most people think 1 or 2 steps ahead. And it's not enough. It's not enough in chess. It's not enough here. If you think about AGI and then maybe superintelligence, that's not the end of the game. The process continues. You'll get superintelligence creating next level AI. So superintelligence plus plus, 2.0, 3.0, it goes on indefinitely. You have to create a safety mechanism which scales forever, never makes mistakes, and keeps us in decision-making position.
Jenny. Oh, man. Everything it's okay. I was talking to my friend because we do a lot of sports. I used to bet a lot. So I'm a real sports fanatic. And we were talking about the salaries of baseball players. The cost of a stadium is now $2 to $4 billion. I remember growing up in Arizona, they wanted to build a stadium and they had to raise the money, $150 million back 30 years ago. And they were like, oh my God. Now, baseball players, I think there's one guy who has a contract for 12 years, $250 million. I understand it's $20 million a year, for whatever, plus bonuses. But if they can pay somebody that much money, that means there's that much money going around. It's ridiculous. So what's going to happen in 10 years? We're going to have $1 trillion team. That's going to happen probably, right? In 10 years. I don't know. It's you're going to have probably your first $1 billion athlete on contract. Like Jordan and a lot of people, they make their money off of the shoe deals, the sponsors, all that kind of stuff, right? Just playing in the league of whatever choice they choose. Those checks are just a bonus just for playing. You make all your money on the if you're good. But the guys who aren't great, they still make good money. What is it now in the NBA? $1.5 million for a rookie is you're a millionaire. You make the NBA, you're done. You could retire after a year if you know how to manage your money, right? You could turn $1.5 million into $3 million in a few years if you know how to invest. So a lot of those guys don't know how. But anyway, what's going to happen? How many billions and billions of dollars are they going to keep adding? How many more zeros before everything ends? And this is what I'm talking about. Society in general. I want you to think about this for a moment. Remember before Biden became president, eggs were $2 a dozen, gas was $1.90, right? A lot of things were cheap. Then everything just went nuts because they spent trillions of dollars on all of these illegals and things all around the world, which we know because of what Doge found out. And all of that money could have went to our infrastructure. We're talking easy. And $5 trillion is gone. Just nobody knows where it went. Well, I know where it went. It went to us. Oh, that one, they have a paper trail for our $800 a week. I can't believe they closed the world down for the flu. Yeah, I call it a flu. I had it five times now. I don't know. I went off topic. That's for damn sure. I don't want to talk about Epstein. It's not what we do here. I was going to talk about it because John Greenwald posted something and he said, and just like that, Epstein did kill himself. And there was no client list that had, whomever your thoughts name on or what is on that list. So he posted something. So I was going to talk about it, but now I'm not going to. Okay. I think this is really interesting what I'm about to show you. We all know Anna Paulina Lunatic. What's her name? Anna Paulina Lunatic. She actually is posting. You ready? Did you hear about this? In quotes, an actual present. I'm sorry. I said that wrong. In quotes, an actual representation of angels. Angels? Why? What are we doing talking about angels in Congress? No, you don't do that. You never combine the two. Why? Let's take a look. Because I'm looking at it and I see transcendental non-objects, telos, connections between objects or systems, union of the transcendental and the physical. What is going on? Are you serious? Oh my God. Check this out. Ow. Come on. Look. I read the first three. The flux of matter starts to condense around invisible telos, non-objects. And then this here says Heraclitian flux of matter. HERAC, Heraclitian, LITIAN, Heraclitian flux of matter, formless non-objects. Beep, 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 and a beep. Are you kidding me? Why is this being brought up in Congress? I am really, doesn't make sense. I have no words to do. I could only think that it is brought up because that is what other people are hypothesizing and theorizing is happening in the world with the lights. I have an answer for Anna Paulina Lunatic. Go see Christopher Bledsoe for the truth. Then we have more people. Okay. From UFO Mania, witness says there's an alien invasion in Georgia, of all places. Now we're going to Georgia for UFO talk. You want to know why? Because they saw a bunch of lights. And I am going to make a bet, and I am going to say that these are flares. 3, 2, go. I said go. Oh, no. Here we go again. Everything's breaking down. The system's broke. Yeah, X won't play anything. Fuck. Yep. Another video that I can't play. Doesn't make sense. It doesn't. All of a sudden, I can't do anything on X. Okay, we've got news. The clearest UFO videos ever taken were displayed yesterday on this channel that I just found out. It's called Third Phase of the Moon, I believe. Welcome back. Third Phase of the Moon.
Welcome back to Third Phase of the Moon. You've got the Cousins brothers, Blake and Brent, and we've got a lot of UFO videos.
When all else fails, go to Third Phase.
All right, so buckle up. This one coming in from Austin, Texas. Watch this.
Yeah, watch this. This is really bizarre. I'm glad I remembered to play this. I have no idea what this is. Now, you could look at this all day and say drone with a light on it. Yeah. I want to tell you, it isn't moving an inch. It hasn't moved an inch. It's in the same indent. Yeah, it's cool. Whatever this is, whatever anomalous action is happening here, I've never seen anything like it. And you know what I don't like? You know what I don't know what it is. Look at this.
Right, let's take a look at this once again. We've got a second video coming up in just moments of the
Oh, there's another video with another angle?
exact same phenomenon that just
Okay.
happened over Austin, Texas
different.
moments ago. But we're going to look at this one first, and we're looking at a huge display of the unknown right now. What's incredible, you could hear the reaction from the people on the ground. They're in shock and awe after looking at the unexplained. And look at how fast this thing takes off. Yeah, like right there at the end, you just see it kind of blink out of existence. That's the cool part. Is it just ramping up at some sort of hyperspeed rate? Well, we got more UFOs that just dropped to us today. Check this out.
A la verga, güey. No mames, esa madre está perricísima, güey. Mira, güey.
This is bizarre. That looks like it's
Ya se
spinning.
apagó, güey, a la verga.
Come on. And then there's another one. Oh my god. This is getting
Sí
unreal.
existen los ovnis.
Hey!
¿Qué muchachos que vieron?
Hey, wait a second.
Hijo de su...
Did that guy
Well,
have an
we got
alien
more
hand?
UFOs that just dropped.
What was wrong with that guy's hand?
Apagó. Sí existen los
Oh, I see. Man, I thought he had like an extra finger or something like a claw.
ovnis.
I glanced at it.
¿Qué muchachos que vieron?
Hey, muchachos.
Hijo de su
Nice
puta
haircut,
madre,
ese.
güey.
Way to go, S.A.
No
Why are you calling
mames.
me a term paper?
All right, we're going to watch this again
Look at this.
really quickly. We've got a lot of videos tonight. But we want to give the
Rotating in the
location.
sky,
Coming
looks
in a
like
few
an
days
object
ago
that
from
can fly.
Mexico.
Oh,
Again, these
what is it
plasmic
we
orbs
see?
in the sky blinking in and out of existence.
It took
The
off,
people
I
again
think.
on the ground, stunned when you see the phenomenon. Is this one a large craft, or is it multiple?
Is it one a large craft? Wait, what did he just say? Is this one a large?
People again on the ground, stunned when you see the phenomenon. Is this one a large craft?
Oh, I see what he said. One large, like he was thinking. Got it, go.
Or is it multiple objects? Brent, what's your thoughts?
I think it's one.
Yeah, let's just watch this closely a little bit.
Yeah, shut up. Let's watch. That's what it sounded like. Yeah, let's just watch this for a second. You know, it does look like one object spinning, but then again, this could be a drone show. But watch how I think it takes off too. It shrinks and oh, wait a minute. It looks like they're being flung around. This is weird.
Yeah, as I'm looking at this, Blake, it looks
And it looks like they take off in the distance, right? It looks like they're coming in from like someplace else, and then they get in this loop and they go boom, and then they go boom, boom, one after the other, boom.
large craft,
Like they're being
or is it
thrown.
multiple
Like
objects?
boom,
Brent,
boom.
what's your thoughts?
Yoom,
Yeah,
yoom.
let's just watch this closely a little bit.
Yeah. Shut up, boy. That's so stupid.
Yeah, as I'm looking at this, Blake, it looks like a disc rotating in the night sky, just off there in the distance. And the people, there's quite a bit of people that were on the ground that see this event happening in real time, and they're saying ovni, they're seeing the phenomenon,
OVNI.
and they're excited as all
Spheres.
heck. And give us a big.
Hey, shut up, Jaime. Hey, shut up. All right, we saw this one already. That one I want to get to this other one. Oh, what's this? What's going on?
Scope in Chile, part of the Atlas Planetary Defense System.
Oh, here we go. You guys wanted to talk about this. Let's talk about it.
of a University of Hawaii operated telescope. It's
Hawaii.
a massive object far outside of our solar
Aluka
system
laka
that's
way me. I know
passing
you
through,
wanna lay me.
posing no threat to us. Here's Bryce Moore with the story.
A rare visitor from deep space is flying through our solar system. Astronomers say it's only the third known interstellar object ever discovered. It was detected by a University of Hawaii-operated telescope in Chile, part of the Atlas planetary defense system.
Well, these are really rare so far. It's only the third one ever. There's, 1.5 million known asteroids, and there's about 35,000 near-Earth objects.
The object...
Okay, yeah, we talked about this last week. This object is not going, 40,000 miles an hour like Oumuamua. This is going 150 kilometers per hour, which I think is 260 miles an hour, 260,000 miles an hour or something. It is moving.
Now officially named 3I Atlas, is believed to be up to 12 miles wide, much larger than either Oumuamua or Borisov, the two interstellar objects found before it. It's currently hurtling toward the sun at more than 150,000 miles per hour.
Because that's how we know it's interstellar, right? So there's no way that an object that's orbiting the sun can produce that kind of velocity through the gravity.
I don't like that answer. I don't like what he just said. There's no way? What do you mean there's no way? Listen to what he said. There's no way? Do you know that there is a way? Because that's what the universe does. It finds a way. I don't like what he just said. Listen.
The two interstellar objects found before it. It's currently hurtling toward the sun at more than 150,000 miles per hour.
Because that's how we know it's interstellar, right? So there's no way that an object that's orbiting the sun can produce that kind of...
There's no way. He says it like he's been alive for 4.2 billion years old. I can't. This is, you know what this guy is? A bad astronomer. He's not good. Get him out.
Velocity through the gravitational attraction to the sun.
You can never ever say with certainty on anything when it comes to rocks in space, the universe, because we don't know anything, but we know some things, just not everything.
3I Atlas will pass between Earth and Mars sometime in October, but there's
Cool.
no danger of a collision.
12
And so occasionally they
miles.
find these very rare interstellar things, but in terms of impact risk, we're more worried about things that come from within our own solar system.
Scientists believe the object is likely a comet and could become more active as it
Likely?
nears the sun. It won't be visible to the naked eye, but telescopes around the
Say
world are
word.
lining up to observe it.
They're exotic in that they're a rare find. Since they come from outside the solar system, we don't know what they're going to be made of. And so a lot of the telescope proposals that are coming up want to try to study this really carefully to find out, does it have the same stuff that we find in our solar system? We'll learn something from that.
Now, the discovery comes amid growing concerns for the field of astronomy. Federal funding cuts have already impacted major projects like Hawaii's proposed 30-meter telescope.
We're lucky a little bit in that planetary defense is not being cut. So projects like Atlas will continue, but all kinds of other basic research.
Hold on. Did you see what Atlas stands for?
Um,
Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System. That's like, the last in defense against the rocks.
So projects like Atlas will continue, but all kinds of other
Very
basic
cool.
research in astronomy, but also in all other sciences
Good
is
report.
really going to be hit hard.
It's a reminder that space is full of surprises and how Hawaii continues to play a key role in space discovery. Bryce Moore, KHON2 News.
Very
working
cool.
All right, buckle up, guys. Here we go again. The Oumuamua, we remember that. Avi Loeb stated, and he told us right here at Third Phase Moon that he believes that it was a possible alien interstellar craft,
Right.
not of our solar system. Now, once again, we have
A ball of light hovers over a field.
It's like a fireball, but not really. It's the
I
wrong
think
color.
Third Phase had
This
an
couple
interview
from
with them.
Rich Valley, Alberta.
Is that
was
true?
mesmerized.
After a rather
No.
vicious lightning strike, we saw the ball of fire kind of retain, 20 feet above the ground.
The cell phone video was captured an hour northwest of Edmonton by Ed and Melinda Party. It shows the ball of light for about 20 seconds before it disintegrates. They were under a tornado watch and experiencing a thunderstorm Wednesday evening when they saw this about a kilometer away from their home.
Yeah, it was moving horizontally above the ground. Incredibly bright, too.
It was very bright.
It was really bright.
when I saw
How cool is that?
This video, I was pretty much stating that this is the clearest video of this type of phenomenon that I've ever seen. But then it reminded me of a video that was in the Third Phase of Moon archives. I think we posted it.
No, don't show
7
it.
years ago. It took me a while to find it.
No, he's going to show the fake one.
3,000 uploads on our YouTube channel. Quite an amazing feed, and thanks to everybody out there who submit their UFO videos. But I wanted to share with you a video within the archives. Here it is, and it looks exactly like what was captured just a few days ago. This was 7 years ago.
Oh my God!
We're the first to post this.
This is absolutely historic. Again, another historic night. Well, yesterday.
Rare phenomenon. Now,
how cool!
Other people are sharing some really clear stuff. Look at this thing.
Huh? I never knew they had this one. Look at this, guys. I don't understand this event, this paranormal event that's happening. Whoa!
This thing just kind of took off at a high rate
of
speed, and the other one just dissipated, but it almost had the same.
I bet you I bet you this is fake.
Definitely the same color, the attributes. I like when he said he
looks
wouldn't
identical.
want to be too close to this thing, and I imagine when I'm looking at this that it's off at a distance, approximately, probably about the same height. Again,
it is. It's almost identical, but I think somebody faked the ending. That's bullshit. That looks so fake.
The news, the meteorologists were saying simply ball lightning. Could it be something else?
Hold on. I'm going to go slow motion when it does it. Come back to it. I think it's about to burst.
Yeah, look at this thing.
That's
it just
cool.
Pulsates, and it
oh,
looks
come
exactly
on.
like the one that
gotta
was
go
just
back now. All right. Let's take a look in the slow-mo. Shall we? We've got... Oh, what am I doing? I'm just going to go frame by frame. Oh, wow, that's smooth. I don't know, guys. That looks legit. That looks real. Oh my God, that looks real. It's like a balloon losing its air. Like you release it and it goes, right? And then it goes in a weird, wacky circle. Watch. Just like this.
Whoa, this thing just kind of took off
right?
at a high rate of speed.
Weird.
Experts on the TV a couple days ago. This is incredible. Again,
it's the same thing, guys.
Like the video we shared.
It's identical.
Chat, we really want to hear your thoughts on this. Is this
crazy?
Is something ET in nature? Is it a
All right, I'll put the link to that in the show description. And that's it. Thank you very much, everybody. Moderators and super chatters, thank you for being here tonight and helping the show stay alive. We still need your help, though, so if you can find a way, all the links are in the show description. We do rely on you to stay alive. And those of you who are interested in Rich Saves America, there's a video coming out tomorrow. And you need to see it. It's really cool. So I'll be posting that tomorrow. Also, for Goofonians, there's a video that I've been talking about for about a week and a half from the guy I do audits with, Phil. And he has paranormal activity in his backyard area. And he's got like 12 cameras recording squirrels, bears in Florida. He had a bear in his back, 2 of them in his backyard, foxes, armadillo, all sorts of things. He's got a channel called Squirrelhood. You should go check it out. Maybe I'll put the link in the show description just for Phil. Because Phil watches this show too now, I think. And it's a nice way to fall asleep. It is. It's my voice. We'll be back tomorrow. And then Wednesday, Jeff Willis will be here to share his new videos with us. You can go to ufosoverphoenix.com to go check them out. Or UFOs Over Phoenix on YouTube. And that's it. You know, just if you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out for ufology. So keep looking up. Hey, we do truthology for ufology. We do. All right. Until the next time, my peeps, have a great, wonderful night. And what do we say? Oh, well, if you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out. I already did that. All right. Well, I tell you what, do your own investigating. Go check out Rose Cuckold on your own and see if I'm wrong, I'm right. I hope I was able to show you that. He is just odd. He is just not right for ufology. All right. Alien bless everybody. Have a good night.